Poem 10. Lord, Make Me a Sheep by Laxmi Prasad Devkota. Summary. Laxmi Prasad Devkota, known as Mahatvi, is Nepal's greatest poet. Born in 1909, he received his basic education at home, later completing a bachelor's degree at Patna University. Devkota, proficient in Nepali and English, wrote prolifically. His epic work, Munamadan, 1936, has been translated into over 10 languages. Besides poetry, he wrote essays, plays, and other works. Lord, Make Me a Sheep expresses a desire for innocence, free from the burdens of intellectual and physical labor, published in the collection Lunatic and Other Poems. Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep is a profound and contemplative piece that expresses the poet's weariness with the complexities of human existence and a yearning for the simplicity of a sheep's life. The poem is structured into 4 stanzas, each reflecting different aspects of the speaker's plea to be transformed into a sheep. In the first stanza, the speaker expresses exhaustion and a desire to be relieved of the burdens of human life. The plea to God to make me a sheep is a metaphorical request for a simpler and more carefree existence. The second stanza delves into the challenges and complexities of human life that the speaker wishes to escape. The reference to the curse of mind, the sin of knowledge, and the burdens of responsibility highlights the mental and emotional toll of human existence. The contrasting images of the glory of reaching high and the curse of responsibility underscore the dualities and conflicts inherent in human aspirations. The third stanza rejects divine glory and alludes to a desire for a simpler afterlife, free from the complexities and responsibilities of the human world. The mention of clearance of all accounts of Kumarachak suggests a longing for a clean slate, unencumbered by the intricacies of human deeds. The final stanza emphasizes the simplicity and joy of a sheep's life. The speaker appreciates the idea of a life without labor, where sustenance comes effortlessly from self-growing grass. The rhetorical questions about the necessity of various human attributes and achievements highlight the absurdities of human endeavors. The speaker wishes to embrace the innate and uncomplicated existence of a sheep, free from the artificialities and struggles of human life. The poem is a poignant expression of the speaker's disillusionment with the complexities of human existence and a plea for a return to a simpler, more natural state. Through vivid imagery, rhetorical questions, and a consistent theme of weariness, Devkota crafts a powerful reflection on the contrasts between human and animal life, invoking a desire for the innocence and simplicity symbolized by the life of a sheep. Multiple choice questions. 1. The sheep in the poem symbolizes A. Intellect, B. Wisdom, C. Power, D. Innocence. 2. By spiritual conflict, the poet may be trying to signal, in human society, A. Political confrontation, B. Religious confrontation, C. Economic confrontation, D. Racial confrontation. 3. The speaker thinks that the Brahmins A. Actually liberate people from sins, B. Pretend to be liberating people from sins, C. Can open the gate of heaven for common people, D. Can pardon people's sins. 4. The speaker seems standing against all kinds of A. Hypocrisies, B. Heavenly blisses, C. Earthly pleasures, D. Systems. 5. Raurab hell is described in detail in A. Skanda Purana, B. Vishnu Purana, C. Garuda Purana, D. Shiva Purana. Extra MCQs. 1. What is the central theme of Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep? A. Celebration of human achievements, B. Yearning for divine glory, C. Weariness with human complexities and a desire for a simpler life, D. Exploration of the challenges of animal existence. 2. How many stanzas does the poem have? A. 2, B. 3, C. 4, D. 5. 3. In which stanza does the speaker express a desire to be relieved of the burdens of human life? A. First. B. Second. C. Third. D. Fourth. 4. What is the metaphorical request made by the speaker in the first stanza? A. Make me a shepherd. B. Make me a philosopher. C. Make me a king. D. Make me a sheep. 5. What does the second stanza primarily focus on? A. Divine glory. B. Human achievements. C. Challenges and complexities of human life. D. Simplicity of sheep's life. 6. Which term is used to describe the burdens that the speaker wishes to escape in the second stanza? A. Blessings. B. Responsibilities. C. Joys. D. Achievements. 7. What does the speaker reject in the third stanza? A. Divine glory. B. Human achievements. C. Simplicity. D. Complexity and responsibilities of the human world. 8. What does the mention of clearance of all accounts of Kumarachak in the third stanza suggest? A. Desire for a clean slate in the afterlife. B. Longing for divine glory. C. Acceptance of human complexities. D. Rejection of simplicity. 9. In the final stanza, what does the speaker appreciate about a sheep's life? A. Complexity. B. Labor. C. Simplicity. D. Challenges. 10. What does the speaker wish to embrace in the final stanza? A. The complexities of human existence. B. The innate and uncomplicated existence of a sheep. C. Divine glory. D. The challenges of the afterlife. 11. How does Devkota describe the sustenance in a sheep's life? A. Effortless from self-growing grass. B. Obtained through hard labor. C. Dependent on divine intervention. D. Achieved through human achievements. 12. What do the rhetorical questions in the final stanza highlight? A. The necessity of human attributes and achievements. B. The simplicity of human life. C. The challenges of a sheep's life. D. The absurdities of human endeavors. 13. What is the speaker's attitude toward the challenges and complexities of human existence? A. Enthusiastic. B. Disillusioned. C. Indifferent. D. Accepting. 14. What does the speaker consider an absurdity in human life? A. The pursuit of divine glory. B. The simplicity of a sheep's life. C. The challenges of human endeavors. D. The unnatural taste of different dishes. 15. Which term is used to describe the poem's reflection on the contrasts between human and animal life? A. Celebration. B. Contemplation. C. Rejection. D. Acceptance. 16. What is the central emotion conveyed in the poem? A. Joy. B. Disgust. C. Weariness. D. Excitement. 17. What does the speaker long for in the third stanza? A. Divine intervention. B. Simplicity in the afterlife. C. Human achievements. D. A complex and challenging existence. 18. What does the speaker emphasize in the final stanza regarding the soul's journey? A. The inevitability of a difficult journey. B. The importance of human achievements. C. The desire to reach higher than the sages. D. The wish to avoid making a single blemish. 19. What does the speaker request God to make them in the final line of the poem? A. A shepherd. B. A philosopher. C. A king. D. A sheep. 20. What does the poet desire to be quick in the last line of the poem? A. The human complexities. B. The afterlife challenges. C. The divine intervention. D. The transformation into a sheep. Short questions. 1. Why does the speaker request the god to make him a ship? The speaker in Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep requests to be made a sheep, not a ship. The central theme of the poem revolves around the speaker's weariness with the complexities of human existence and a yearning for the simplicity of a sheep's life. The speaker expresses exhaustion and a desire to be relieved from the burdens, responsibilities, and intellectual challenges that come with being human. The plea to God to make me a sheep is a metaphorical request for a simpler and more carefree existence, one that is free from the drudgery of human intellectual and physical labor. By desiring to become a sheep, the speaker seeks to escape the complexities and conflicts inherent in human life. Sheep are often associated with innocence, simplicity, and a life free from the intricate challenges that humans face. The metaphorical transformation into a sheep becomes a symbolic expression of the speaker's wish to embrace a life that is unburdened by the complexities of human consciousness, knowledge, and responsibilities. In essence, the speaker's request to be made a sheep reflects a profound longing for a return to a state of simplicity, where life's struggles are replaced by the innate and uncomplicated existence of an animal, free from the artificialities and struggles of human life. 2. How do three kinds of fear torment the speaker? In Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep, the speaker articulates the torment caused by three kinds of fear associated with human existence. These fears contribute to the speaker's weariness and desire for a simpler life as symbolized by a sheep. Firstly, the fear of the fall weighs heavily on the speaker's mind. This fear may symbolize the apprehension of failure, both moral and social, and the anxiety about losing one's elevated position. It reflects the societal pressures and expectations that create a constant sense of vulnerability and the potential for a downfall. Secondly, the fear of reaching high introduces a paradoxical element. The very act of achieving greatness or climbing higher in life becomes a source of fear. This fear could stem from the burdens and responsibilities that accompany success, highlighting the paradoxical nature of human aspirations. Lastly, the fear of responsibility adds to the speaker's torment. The obligations and burdens associated with knowledge and awareness are seen as curses. This fear emphasizes the mental and emotional toll of shouldering responsibilities and suggests a longing for a carefree existence. Together, these three fears create a complex web of torment for the speaker, contributing to their weariness with the intricacies and challenges of human life. The desire to be transformed into a sheep represents an attempt to escape these fears and embrace a life free from the intellectual and emotional burdens associated with human existence. 3. Why does the poet allude to Vedavyasa and Shukabahadars? In Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep, the poet alludes to Vedavyasa and Shukabhadar to underscore the absurdities and complexities of human life and intellectual pursuits. Vedavyasa, also known as Vyasa, is a revered sage and author of the Mahabharata, one of the longest epics in world literature. Shukabhadar, on the other hand, is not explicitly identified, but the mention likely refers to a fictional character or an obscure figure. The allusion to Vedavyasa and Shukabhadar serves to highlight the contrast between the poet's plea for simplicity as symbolized by a sheep and the intricate, often convoluted nature of human knowledge and intellectual pursuits. Vedavyasa represents the vast body of religious and philosophical literature, while Shukabhadar may symbolize additional layers of knowledge and complexity. The poet questions the necessity of these intellectual pursuits by juxtaposing them with the straightforward and uncomplicated life of a sheep. The absurdity lies in the contrast between the elaborate intellectual endeavors represented by Vedavyasa and Shukabhadar and the poet's desire for a life free from the complexities of human knowledge. Ultimately, the allusion reinforces the poet's critique of the intellectual and cultural pursuits that contribute to the weariness and burdens of human existence, emphasizing the poet's longing for simplicity and innocence embodied by the image of a sheep. 4. What does the speaker think of religious disputes? The speaker in Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep does not explicitly mention religious disputes, But the overall tone of weariness and disillusionment with the complexities of human existence suggests a critical view of the conflicts associated with religious differences. The plea to be transformed into a sheep reflects a desire to escape not only the burdens of intellectual and physical labor but also the conflicts arising from diverse belief systems. By expressing a longing for the simplicity of a sheep's life, the speaker indirectly comments on the divisive nature of religious disputes. The reference to a sheep, known for its innocence and lack of complex thought, serves as a metaphor for a life unburdened by the intricacies and conflicts that often accompany religious differences. The weariness and desire for a simpler existence imply a wish to transcend the religious confrontations that have historically caused strife and discord in human societies. The speaker seems to seek refuge in a state of innocence and simplicity, away from the complexities and disputes associated with religious beliefs. In essence, while the poem does not explicitly delve into religious disputes, the speaker's broader sentiment of weariness and the desire for simplicity can be interpreted as a critique of the conflicts arising from religious differences, suggesting a preference for a more harmonious and uncomplicated existence. 5. How does the speaker bring the reference to his weak health in the poem? The speaker in Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep does not explicitly mention weak health, but there are indirect references to the weariness and burdens associated with human existence. Throughout the poem, the speaker expresses exhaustion and a desire to be relieved from the complexities, responsibilities, and intellectual challenges of life. These references suggest a sense of physical and mental fatigue. The weariness expressed by the speaker implies a state of weakness, not necessarily in terms of a specific health condition but rather as a metaphorical representation of the speaker's overall state. The burdens of human life, both physical and mental, contribute to the speaker's plea for a simpler and carefree existence symbolized by a sheep. The desire to be transformed into a sheep is a metaphorical expression of the speaker's wish to escape the struggles and challenges that may have taken a toll on their health, both physically and emotionally. While the poem does not explicitly address the speaker's health, the weariness conveyed throughout implies a state of vulnerability and a longing for relief from the burdens of human existence. 6. What does the speaker think of the Brahmins? The speaker in Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep expresses a critical view of the Brahmins. The specific lines that provide insight into the speaker's thoughts on Brahmins are: May I not be a Brahmin, living by cleansing others' sins and drinking the dirty water. May I not creep toward the Rorab hell, like the holy ones realizing the sins committed. May I not bear and reform this world. In these lines, the speaker rejects the idea of being a Brahmin who purportedly lives by cleansing the sins of others. The mention of drinking the dirty water metaphorically suggests the speaker's disdain for the practices associated with this role. The speaker distances themselves from the Brahminical duties of purifying others and expresses a desire not to bear the responsibility of reforming the world. This rejection of the Brahmin identity is part of the broader theme in the poem, where the speaker longs for a simpler, more natural existence, free from the complexities, responsibilities, and conflicts associated with human life, knowledge, and societal roles. The critique of Brahmins aligns with the speaker's overall disillusionment with the societal norms and responsibilities that contribute to the weariness expressed throughout the poem. 7. What are the poet's views on sensual pleasure and sentiments? In Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep, the poet's views on sensual pleasure and sentiments are not explicitly outlined. The poem primarily focuses on the speaker's weariness with the complexities of human existence and the desire for a simpler life symbolized by a sheep. The poet expresses a longing for innocence, simplicity, and freedom from the burdens of intellectual and physical labor. While the poem does not directly address sensual pleasure or sentiments, the broader theme suggests a desire to escape the intricacies and conflicts associated with human emotions and desires. The speaker's plea for a life without labor, responsibilities, and the complexities of knowledge implies a wish to transcend the emotional and sensual challenges that accompany human experiences. The emphasis on the simplicity of a sheep's life can be interpreted as a rejection of the complexities and potential pitfalls of human emotions and desires. The speaker seems to long for a state of purity and innocence, free from the entanglements of sensual pleasure and emotional complexities. While the poem doesn't explicitly discuss the poet's views on sensual pleasure and sentiments, the overarching theme suggests a desire for a simpler, more straightforward existence that is unburdened by the complexities of human emotions and desires. 8. Where, in the poem, and how does the poet talk about the wrong course of human rationality? In Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep, the poet indirectly addresses the wrong course of human rationality by critiquing the complexities and burdens associated with intellectual pursuits. The poet expresses weariness with the challenges of human existence and a desire for a simpler life symbolized by a sheep. The lines that allude to the wrong course of human rationality can be found in the third stanza of the poem. Why all the different dishes? Why the taste unnatural? Why the ears unnatural? So many perfumes for a snot-filled nose. One Veda Vyashat and million Shukha Bahadurs for false imagination? The hard labor of dark ignorance. Shrouding, garment, shroud, the body to the bones? In these lines, the poet questions the excessive and seemingly unnecessary aspects of human life and intellectual pursuits. The mention of different dishes, unnatural taste, and unnatural ears suggests a critique of the artificial and complex nature of human desires and sensory experiences. The reference to Veda Vyasha and Shukha Bahadurs, likely representing complex intellectual and philosophical pursuits, highlights the poet's skepticism about the value and authenticity of such endeavors. The poet further characterizes the pursuit of knowledge as the hard labor of dark ignorance, suggesting that, despite the efforts invested, there is an underlying ignorance or lack of true understanding. The metaphor of shrouding the body to the bones emphasizes the toll that the wrong course of human rationality takes on an individual, both mentally and physically. These lines convey the poet's critical perspective on the misguided and burdensome aspects of human rationality and intellectual pursuits, aligning with the broader theme of the poem that seeks simplicity and liberation from the complexities of human existence. 9. Rousseau is known to have said, "Man is born free but everywhere he is in chains." Does the poet talk about different kinds of human bondages in the poem? Discuss. While Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep does not explicitly reference Rousseau's quote, the overall theme of the poem aligns with the sentiment of human bondage and the desire for freedom. The poet expresses weariness with the complexities, burdens, and challenges of human existence, suggesting a longing for a simpler and more liberated life symbolized by a sheep. The poem addresses various forms of human bondage, primarily focusing on the intellectual and societal burdens that weigh down the speaker. The references to the curse of mind, the sin of knowledge, and the burdens of responsibility in the second stanza highlight the mental and emotional toll of human existence. The speaker rejects the pursuit of divine glory and expresses a desire for a simpler afterlife, suggesting a desire to be free from the complexities and responsibilities of the human world. Additionally, the critique of Brahmins in the poem, who are associated with certain societal roles and rituals, further underscores the theme of human bondage. The rejection of being a Brahmin and the desire not to bear the responsibility of reforming the world signify a wish to be free from societal expectations and roles. While the poem does not explicitly address political or physical forms of bondage, it delves into the intellectual, societal, and spiritual aspects of human life, expressing a profound weariness with various forms of human bondage. The overarching theme of the poem reflects a desire for freedom from the intricate chains that bind individuals and the complexities of knowledge, responsibility, and societal expectations. Long questions. 1. How does the poet compare and contrast human ambition and animal meekness in the poem? In Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep, the poet draws a vivid comparison between human ambition and animal meekness, using the metaphor of a sheep to symbolize the desired simplicity and innocence of an animal compared to the complexities of human ambition. Here's an exploration of the comparison and contrast. Human ambition. Intellectual burdens. The poet portrays human life as burdened by intellectual complexities, symbolized by the curse of mind and the sin of knowledge. These suggest the challenges and burdens associated with human ambition, the pursuit of knowledge, and the complexities of intellectual endeavors. Responsibilities. The speaker laments the burdens of responsibility, emphasizing the dualities and conflicts inherent in human aspirations. The glory of reaching high is juxtaposed with the curse of responsibility, highlighting the challenges that come with human ambition. Religious and social critique. The rejection of divine glory and the critique of Brahmins reflect the poet's skepticism about societal and religious expectations, suggesting that human ambition is entangled with societal roles and rituals. Animal meekness, sheep. Simplicity and innocence. The poet uses the image of a sheep to symbolize simplicity and innocence. The speaker expresses a desire to embrace the uncomplicated life of a sheep, free from the intellectual and emotional complexities that burden humans. Freedom from labor. The speaker appreciates the idea of a life without labor, where sustenance comes effortlessly from self-growing grass. This contrasts with the human condition, where labor and hard work are often necessary for survival. Critique of human rationality. The poet questions the value of intellectual pursuits and knowledge, suggesting that the pursuit of false imaginations represented by Vedavyasa and Shukabhadar contributes to the burdens of human life. The poet compares human ambition, laden with intellectual complexities and societal expectations, with the meekness and simplicity symbolized by a sheep. The contrast serves as a critique of the intricacies and conflicts of human existence, expressing a profound longing for the innocence and uncomplicated nature associated with the life of an animal. 2. Do you think the tone of the poem is pessimistic? Give reasons. Yes, the tone of Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep can be interpreted as pessimistic. Several elements contribute to this overall tone. Weariness and exhaustion. The poet expresses a sense of weariness with the complexities and burdens of human existence. Phrases like "I was kidnapped," "each 3-month term, they sent threats," and "I grew whiter and whiter" evoke a feeling of exhaustion and distress. Rejection of human pursuits. The poet rejects various aspects of human life, including intellectual pursuits, societal roles, as seen in the rejection of Brahman responsibilities, and the challenges associated with ambition and knowledge. This rejection contributes to a pessimistic view of human endeavors. Desire for simplicity. The central theme of the poem revolves around the speaker's desire for simplicity, symbolized by a sheep's life. The longing to be released from the complexities of human existence implies a dissatisfaction with the inherent difficulties and challenges of life. Critique of intellectual pursuits. The poet questions the value of intellectual pursuits and knowledge, describing them as false imagination. This skepticism toward intellectual endeavors adds to the overall pessimistic tone. Metaphors of bondage. The imagery and metaphors used in the poem, such as being kidnapped by Western philosophers armed with textbooks, suggest a sense of captivity or bondage. This contributes to a negative portrayal of the impact of education and intellectual pursuits. While there might be a sense of disillusionment and weariness in the tone, it's essential to note that the pessimism is directed toward certain aspects of human existence rather than a blanket condemnation of life itself. The poet's critique is more focused on the complexities and challenges introduced by intellectual, societal, and ambitious pursuits. 3. Ignorance is bliss is a much-quoted proverb in English. Can you relate this proverb with the theme of this poem? Explain. Yes, the proverb "ignorance is bliss" can be related to the theme of Laxmi Prasad Devkota's poem Lord, Make Me a Sheep. The central theme of the poem revolves around the weariness and desire of the speaker to escape the complexities, burdens, and challenges of human existence, symbolized by the plea to be transformed into a sheep. The proverb suggests that not knowing or being unaware of certain things can lead to a more content and happy state. In the context of the poem, the speaker expresses a desire to be free from the intellectual burdens and responsibilities that come with knowledge. The rejection of the curse of mind and the sin of knowledge implies a longing for a state of innocence and simplicity. The theme of the poem aligns with the idea that, in certain situations, ignorance or lack of knowledge might bring about a more carefree and blissful existence. The weariness expressed by the speaker suggests that the pursuit of knowledge, the responsibilities associated with it, and the complexities of human life contribute to a sense of burden. By desiring to become a sheep, The speaker is metaphorically expressing a wish to return to a state of innocence and simplicity, free from the intellectual and emotional complexities that knowledge brings. In this sense, the theme of the poem resonates with the notion that, for the speaker, there is a certain bliss in escaping the burdens of knowledge and embracing a more uncomplicated life. Best of luck.